That game was BS. So weak. I know, right? It's like, what do the Leafs gotta do to get a call from the refs? Well, have you ever noticed that a ref's uniform and the Penguins logo are the same color? You've been acting weird since Wednesday. Are you woke? Yes. Hi! Victory puppy! I have no idea what I'm doing. God, to the riches of the league! This team is ruining my life! Well, there you have it, Penguins fans. No victory puppies. Thanks a lot. Alright, you know what? No. There's no victory puppies today because there was no victory for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and a game against the Pittsburgh Penguins is often called a litmus test game. Let's see what the Leafs are made of. And when it comes to this game's test, to me, the Leafs passed. You know who didn't pass to me? Well, the refs for one. But more importantly, this fan base. No, not Penguins fans. Leaf fans, we gotta check ourselves right now. When I ask, are you in? I'm not trying to make a catchphrase. I'm asking a question. Because the Penguins are an example team for the Leafs to sort of build towards. But Leaf fans can also take a lot of examples from Penguins fans. No, they are not perfect and they don't handle everything well. After all, they're hockey fans just like us. But it's easy to forget that the Penguins were the lowest of the low. Heck, they were gonna move. It looked like there was going to be a team wearing black and gold. We just didn't know that in 2018 it would be the Hamilton Bulldogs. They experienced the highest of highs with their cup win in 2009, went through the terrible Crosby injury saga, not knowing what was going on with their team's superstar, the league's superstar. Being written off again, everyone's talking about how Malkin needs to get out of town, and then they bring in Kessel just to be funny. Getting written off again after a slow start, and then they come back, win the cup, and then the next year they do it again. Lose to the Capitals once, and everyone goes, ha, see, I told you it wasn't sustainable. But they've been through some experiences as fans that we just haven't been through yet. This game was called tight. Heck, the score sheet says 3 penalties were called. I only count 1. Too many men on the ice against the Leafs, well, that's kind of your hands are tied. Matt Murray in the delay of game call, well, it's either you cross the line or you don't. Really, the only one was Zach Hyman for tripping on Jamie Alexiak, and let me tell you, I was at this game and I applauded when that call happened because I thought it was going against Alexiak. So really, it was just the one call. And everyone's ranting, oh, the Leafs couldn't get a call. You know when that happens? The playoffs, where you meet teams like this one. Here's what happened. The Pittsburgh Penguins and the Toronto Maple Leafs both have extremely special players. Leafs took a penalty, Penguins are on the power play. I believe both the Leafs and Penguins had top 50 all-time power plays last season, by the way. Malkin finds the tiniest speck of light in Freddie Anderson's pads, shoots it and scores. Malkin has been a Leaf eater over the years, and I hate him for it. And you look at Freddie and you go, ugh, it's weak. You know what? You don't gotta give special players much. You don't gotta give experienced players much. Look at the goal Patrick Marleau scored on Jack Campbell the other night. He's kind of like, sorry kid, snipe. Malkin takes advantage of that one tiny moment of weakness. The shots were 38-38, and that's the only shot this game that beat a goalie. Yeah, the Leafs lose 3-0 to the Pittsburgh Penguins. I forgot to say that off the top, but 2 of them were empty netters. The Leafs had incredible chances. Hyman alone in front. Whiff! He was having a game. Gauthier wide open net. The puck is just out of reach. Tavares dangled a defender's jock off, and I'm like, oh my god, who was that? Oh, it was Chris Letang. Because special players can dangle Letang's jock off. And maybe on the most point-blank chance of the night with less than 5 minutes to go, Matt Murray robs Nazem Kadri. It was that kind of game. So what I want to know is, what's everyone crying about? They're 6-2, folks. The other team's goalie got a 38 save shutout. Oh, Kadri scoring on his own net. He finally got a goal this season. I will jump over this table. First of all, he had the puck flung into him. It wasn't his fault. Again, it happens. Cry about it. And yeah, Kadri's been struggling. Heading into this game, he only had 10 shots through 8 games. Guess what? In this game, he led the Leafs with 5. Kadri's career shooting percentage is 11.8. Over the past 3 seasons, he has 81 goals. Last year, he shot 15.2%, which is high. The year before, 13.6. And the year before that was the nightmare 6.5 year. So like I said, his career shooting percentage is 11.8. Over the last 3 seasons combined, 11.4. If he shoots 11.4% this season and he gets 200 shots, which would be low for him, he's still gonna score 23. So if you're gonna rip on him, fine, but do it when he deserves it. Don't do it after arguably his best game of the season. I think it's important to bag skate your team early in the season, and by team I mean you. Is this how it's gonna be after every loss? Is this how it's gonna be? The Washington Capitals lost 33 times last regular season. 2 years ago, the Penguins lost 32, and the year before that, the Penguins lost 34. And the one thing that all 3 of those teams have in common is they won the Stanley Cup! So those teams lost and they survived, and their seasons certainly weren't written off in the middle of October. Now the one thing that some of you might have a legitimate quabble with was the high stick on Zach Hyman. Looked like Jake Gensel got him right in the face, and he did with his stick, but Hyman was the one who lifted the stick. Now in the Twitter screaming match, I lost what the actual rule is. I think the rule is that even if someone lifts your stick and your stick hits them in the face, you need to be in control of your stick. Now if that's the rule, damn. But calls get missed in the playoffs even more so. And at least it wasn't during a Leaf scoring chance. It was in front of the Leafs net, actually. And also, if that is the rule, I don't know if I agree with it. Alright, imagine, if you will, a little role reversal. The Leafs are in the offensive zone, Hyman is battling in front of the net, and Jake Gensel is trying to shadow him. Gensel lifts Hyman's stick, and Hyman's stick hits Gensel right in the face. And the Penguins get a 4-minute power play because of course they did! I don't care what the rule says, you'd blow your freaking lid. I would have torn half this room apart! Nah, maybe not. It took a while to put back together. Injustice did not beat the Leafs. The refs did not beat the Leafs. The Penguins beat the Leafs, which will happen from time to time. But now that we've gotten this out of the way, nice and early in the season, a little less than 10% in, let me ask you again. Are you in? For the good and the bad. It's not all gonna be a Leafs power play Harlem Globetrotters Marner with a 4-point game. It's not all gonna be Austin Matthews and John Tavares shooting over 50%. It's not all gonna be Morgan Riley leading the league in scoring. This fight's got a lot of rounds. Don't wind yourself in the first. Speaking of getting winded, we'll do some questions right now, and then we'll analyze a video of me getting rocked at Shinny. WTF, why didn't they score? No, see, Adam! Are you in? What is high sticking? An excuse, and winners don't make those, they make rings. Was Lars Eller right? Lars Eller has been right 2 times in his entire life. Once when he scored the Stanley Cup winning goal, and the other time when he tweeted shade at the Montreal Canadiens. That was pretty funny. What happened to our amazing offense? Matt Murray for 1 game, for crying out loud! Insert generic Nylander question that has been asked 100 times over here. No. Who's ready for spring? Not Leaf fans by the sound of it, but you know what? It's okay. It's a long season. You got a lot of time to prepare. Are you in? Now, let's look at me getting destroyed. So I went to Stick and Puck the other day. Basically a public skate where you can bring a stick and a puck. I wore almost all my equipment because I just bought it. As most of you should know by now, I'm learning how to play. I wanna be good for the Easter Seals tournament that I'm gonna be playing in on November 9th. Link down below if you'd like to donate. I'm trying to hit 10K. And I've been to a couple Stick and Pucks now, and they're a great way to learn. I've been doing a lot of public skates, you know, just zipping around in circles and trying to teach myself crossovers and stuff and learning how to stop, which is super important, but I've gotten more confidence on my skates and on my edges and stuff. Now that I had that base without a stick, when you put a stick in my hand, I was like, wait a sec, wait, I can go backwards. And I've never been able to go backwards, but I can go backwards, I can go left, stop. I can go right, stop. So shortly after Stick and Puck kicks off, they actually open it up to a game of shinny. And I thought, ooh, that's fun, I want to play. I don't have a cage on because I wasn't expecting it to be shinny, but oh well, hopefully I don't get hit in the face. But I'm out there, I got my stick, and actually this stick is a practice stick that Paul Maurice used to use when he was coach of the Leafs. Yeah, that was a thing that happened back in the day. But oh, look at this. Play is turning the other way. Now, the guy in the red is a problem. He's one of the only guys who can actually skate fast. A bunch of us were like learning. And here I am heading up the ice. I'm gonna tail him. I'm at the speed of smell. I tripped. I almost fell, but it's okay. I keep going. Off camera, someone sends him a pass and he thinks, oh goody, I'm gonna go get it. Never checking his blind spot to see if anyone was there. But if I was him, I wouldn't have think I'd be able to catch him either. He saw me skate. What happened next, hurt. Yeah, I think we're gonna need to see that again. Maybe a few more times and in slow-mo. Now what hurt the most wasn't the hit, it was the impact on the ice. Of course, the one thing I didn't wear was my shoulder pads because, I don't know, I'm going to Stick and Puck. I would look like a jerk wearing shoulder pads to that, wouldn't I? Pro tip from someone who's just learning themselves, wear whatever the hell you want. Don't be afraid to break in your equipment lest you be broken. Here it is one more time. Now, I was a little freaked out because I've had troubles with my shoulders, especially the right one, and I wasn't able to lift it right away. After a few seconds, the sting wears off and I'm like, okay, I can lift it, but I felt another pain in the shoulder blade. Now, word to the wise, I get that sometimes. It's like a stabbing pain in the shoulder blade, and sometimes you can massage it and it feels a little better. Maybe it goes away after a few days. Do any of you get that? So what I found out recently is that is an out-of-place rib. My posture's so crap because I'm always leaning forward and editing videos and doing stuff like that, that can actually misplace a rib. And the second I started getting up from that hip, I'm like, it's out again. Yesterday I went to the chiropractor and even she goes, that was loud. But now, other than a little soreness, everything's back where it should be. There we go, I got a good Ontario boy, Steve Daigle. He's from Scarborough, Oshawa. This kid, I tell you what, he gets hit, but he gets right back up, and he gets up, and he's wearing full equipment to stick and puck. What a goof, and he gets up.
Yeah.
So I got knocked down, but I got back up, I kept playing, I will not be deterred, and I will be playing again on November 9th at the Eric Lindros Celebrity Hockey Classic in support of Easter Seals Ontario. If you would like to support Easter Seals Ontario, a charity that helps out kids with physical disabilities, a link down below in the description. I'm at about 8,600, I think. I'm trying to hit 10K at least. And you know, not that it means anything, but I talked to a couple Penguins fans and they said, bet you guys can't hit 20, so I don't know if you're gonna let a Penguins fan tell you that, I don't know. But anyway, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe, gosh darn it, because I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers. Tell all your friends that the season's not over. There's quite a few games left. You gotta ask yourself, are you in?